Good morning student, myself Aman. I am going to teach 9th standard geography subject, chapter number 5. Chapter name is landform of the earth. So first of all, what is the meaning of landform? A landform is a physical feature on the earth surface. There are mainly major three landforms of the earth: mountains, plateau and plains. First of all, mountains. There are four kinds of mountains: fold mountains, block mountains, residual mountains and volcanic mountains. First of all, what is the meaning of mountains? Mountain, a portion of land. Portion of land surface means a part, piece of land surface rising. Rising means extending in height, rising considerably above the surrounding area. Surrounding area means from the lower part, either as a single height or altitude means single height feature, physical feature, generally above 600 meter, or and vast mountain range or chain is called a mountain. Mountain means a part of land surface rising in height above the surrounding area. Surrounding means from the lower part, either as a single height or altitude, or generally above 600 meter, or a vast range of mountain or chain is called a mountain. For example, in India, Himalayas and Aravalli mountains are some example of mountains. So next, mountains are divided into four categories: fold mountains, block mountain, residual mountains and volcanic mountains. First of all, fold mountains. What is a fold mountains? Fold means fold, cover. Fold mountains are formed due to movement of tectonic plates. Tectonic plates means continental plates. When the tectonic plates do movement with each other or intersect with each other, then fold mountains are formed. Due to the intersection of the continental plates, some area are upraised and some go down. So upraised part of the folds area are called anticlines, and downward parts are called synclines. For example, in India, Himalayas, Alps and Rockies are group of fold mountains. Second is a block mountains. What is a block mountains? Block mountains are formed when in the earth crust cracks and faults are happen. When cracks and faults are causes in the upper part of the earth, in the upper crust, then block mountains are formed. And due to the cracks and faults, the standing area, the high area, A or C part, the higher areas between two areas of lower land, two areas B and D, these are lower parts. A and C, they are standing, they are higher land standing. The higher land is known as a block mountain or rost. For example, Vosges and Black Forest mountains are some example of such mountains, block mountains. The next one is a residual mountains. Residual mountains means when an area of highland means standing above, means when the higher area standing above and lower area, general level means lower area, the lower area is eroded by the river or some other natural agents, means by the fast wind, weathering, denudation, the lower part is eroded is called a residual mountain. Then the natural feature that is formed due to the erosion, weathering and denudation is called a residual mountain. The example of residual mountain is a Helvellyn residual mountain. Lake District, England is example of a residual mountain. And the last one is a volcanic mountains. Volcanic mountains are formed due to the solidification of the lava or magma. So this is about a types of mountains: fold mountains, block mountains, residual mountains and volcanic mountains. Landform of the earth The next topic of the same chapter is significance of mountains. First one is a mountain effect, global and local weather and climate. Mountains play very important role in changing the global climate and weather of any particular area. The second importance or significance of the mountain is mountain can be a source of fresh water. Mountain provides a fresh water and swift stream. Swift stream means waterfalls. Waterfalls are source of hydroelectricity power. The waterfalls or swift streams of the mountains are used for producing electricity, hydroelectricity power. Third one, mountains provide useful and valuable minerals and rocks such as the copper, gold, diamond and silver, those which are used in mineral industries. Fourth one, mountains provides woods for lumbering industries such as hardwood, softwood, saw and teak, timber. So varieties of woods are provided by the mountains for lumbering industries. Fifth one, mountain pastures have been utilized for cattle rearing in many countries. In different countries, the mountain pastures and fields are used for the cattle rearing. The next one, significance of the mountains. Mountains provide recreation for humans, recreation activities like via sports and natural beauty, scenic beauty. Through scenic or natural beauty, it provides recreation activities for humans. And the last one importance, mountains provides a unique habitat for animals and vegetations. So mountains are also a home for the wildlife and for the vegetable. For flora and fauna, it acts as a home. So these are significance and benefits of the mountains. So the next topic of same chapter is a plateau. Plateau is a high tableland. It's a high tableland. Top is like a table, flat tableland, and steep sides. Plateau is a high tableland, flat area with the steep sides. It's a totally different from the mountains. So next are types of plateaus. First one, intermontane plateau. Second, border plateau. Third, volcanic plateaus, and last one is domed plateau. First one is a intermontane plateaus. Inter means in the center, surrounded by the mountains, and monte means mountains. Intermontane plateaus, they are highest, largest and mostly surrounded. Surrounded means covered by mountains from all the sides. For example, the Mexican plateau and plateau of Tibet. Second are border plateaus. Border plateaus which is situated at the foot of a mountain. That is situated at the foot of the mountain and is locked, and the other side is locked by a plain or a sea or ocean. Means one side it is covered or bordered by mountain, and the second side it is locked by the plain, sea or ocean. For example, Piedmont Plateau. Third one is a domed plateau. Domed plateau like a gumbad. When running water or streams when they cut the deep valleys enough, when they cut the running water, cut the enough deep valley in the different parts of the plateau, then it becomes a dissected, means its parts are dissected, divided, or it becomes a domed plateau. For example, Mesas in Spain, its example. The next one, the last type of plateaus is a volcanic plateau. Lava and magma that is erupted from the volcanoes has resulted into various volcanic plateaus. Means lava and magma that is erupted or ejected from the volcanoes after the solidification, it helps in forming various volcanic plateaus. For example, Western Grand Canyon, Arizona. Next one is the significance of the plateaus. Most of the plateaus of the world are arid and semi-arid, means not fertile. So agriculture is not possible. It is very difficult. And some plateaus are rich in minerals like coal, iron, bauxite and copper. So that is about types of plateaus and significance of plateaus. So what is the plains and its type? Plains are vast flat area less than 150 meters in height above the sea level. Next are types of plains. First one, structural plains, and second is a depositional plains. Depositional plains are further classified into three categories. First one, alluvial plains. Next, Loess plain. Then lacustrine plains. First one is the structural plain. What is a structural plains? These plains mostly lie near coast area, sea area, and they are formed as a result of emergence of sea bottom and near the coast and upliftment of the sea floor. For example, Russian platform and the Great Plains of USA. Next kind of plains is a depositional plains. Depositional plains, when the various agent like wind, air, water, etc., various agent of weathering, when erosion cut the rocks, then weathered material transported from their original place and it is deposited to the other area. So it form a new one plains that is called a depositional plains. Depositional plains are further classified into three categories: alluvial plains, Loess plain, and lacustrine plains. So first one is the alluvial plains. These are formed by the gradual accumulation of the silt that brought down by the rivers, means from the material that is brought down by the rivers. Second one is the Loess plains or deposition by the winds. These are mostly formed by the material which has been transported and deposited by wind system, by the air. For example, Loess region in North China. The next one is a lacustrine plains or river deposits. These plains are mostly formed from the filling of lake beds. When river enter in a lake, it is a totally muddy. So due to the filling of the muds, these plains are formed. So next one is a significance or advantages of the plains. First of all, because the plains are flat area, so it helps in the construction of the settlements, rails, roads. Then fertile soils are also available in the plains area, so it helps in agriculture. Next one, plains provide a ideal climate and weather for living the peoples. So it also helps, it encourages the agriculture and industrial development. So plains area are mostly densely populated due to the developed transport, communication, settlements, and other industrial due to the development of industries. So this is about our plains. Thanks and have a nice day.